Sources tell us that the tip that led to El Chapo's arrest came from U.S. law enforcement.
El Chapo's life behind bars. Shocking details finally revealed. Hello and welcome to Real Life Crimes. Today we're going to talk about Joaquín Guzmán, also known as El Chapo, one of the most infamous and dreaded cartel bosses. He formerly oversaw the Sinaloa cartel, and at his height he was earning $3 billion annually. He was in charge of 50% of the total Mexican drug trafficking. He had several yachts, a fleet of Lear jets, a gun covered in diamonds, and a private zoo filled with tigers, crocodiles, and panthers. He was a violent criminal who rose in the cartel pyramid by murdering mainly and accepting bribes. But he wasn't only a good businessman. It therefore came as no surprise that a $5 million reward was placed on his head. El Chapo was twice detained and sentenced to prison, but he managed to escape. As a result, after his third detention in 2016, he was transferred to a maximum security prison in the United States where no one has ever managed to escape. In this video, we will investigate every aspect of El Chapo's hellish jail and how the formerly menacing kingpin currently lives. El Chapo's early life. El Chapo was already a well-known felon when he was captured in Guatemala in 1993. He had started out in the drug trade at an early age and advanced with the aid of Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, also known as the Godfather in Spanish, as Al Padrino. He was the founder of all contemporary cartels and the notorious Guadalajara cartel's boss. At the time that Al Padrino was detained in 1989, El Chapo viewed this as a fantastic chance, and in 1993, he would establish his cartel, the Sinaloa cartel, and take over as the main figure in drug trafficking in Mexico. He was detained and given a 20-year prison term, but in 2001, after paying $2.5 million in bribes to prison guards, he escaped in a laundry car. El Chapo's escaped. El Chapo spent 13 years on the run before being apprehended once more in 2014. El Chapo was sentenced to maximum security prison in Mexico, but thanks to bribery and a huge windfall, he was able to escape once more. El Chapo was unable to simply ride off into the sunset, so he employed a team to construct a tunnel beneath the shower in his prison cell. He had twice broken out of jail, and the DA was making a valiant effort to extradite him to the country so that he could be punished for his crimes there. El Chapo was therefore detained once more in 2016, but this time he was brought to the United States. El Chapo's life in prison. El Chapo was visibly terrified from the moment he arrived at the American airport, which is likely a sign that he realized the situation was hopeless. He was convicted of several criminal offenses connected to his position as the Sinaloa kingpin in 2019. He was given a life sentence on July 19, 2019 in Aggs, Florence, Colorado for ordering hit and runs, buying off officials, and supervising endless shipments. El Chapo entered his Colorado no prison cell. He was now housed in the same facility as the Oklahoma City bomber and the Unabomber. These are extremely high-profile inmates who are seen as being exceptionally dangerous and prone to fleeing, and the jail treats them accordingly. El Chapo and his fellow prisoners are locked in a cell-proof cell for 23 hours each day, in addition to being closely watched by numerous guards. During ragtime, inmates are also cup-shackled and have chains around their torsos. During their 1-hour free-time solitary confinement, where they are not allowed to communicate with anyone except for prison staff. The cells are small, windowless, and equipped with a sink, toilet, and a concrete bed with a thin mattress. The only way prisoners can communicate with the outside world is through letters, which are closely monitored. Food is delivered through a small slot in the door, and prisoners are allowed to exercise in a concrete cell with high concrete walls and a metal grate over the top, called a dog run. Inmates are also allowed to access a small library, but only one book at a time. Despite the strict conditions, there have been reports of mental health issues and suicides among inmates at Aggs, Florence. In fact, El Chapo himself has reportedly experienced auditory hallucinations since arriving at the facility. To combat this, inmates can receive mental health counseling and medication. El Chapo's high-profile and violent history make him a prime target for attack from other inmates. To prevent this, he is kept in a separate unit from other prisoners and is closely monitored by guards. His communication with the outside world is limited, and his visitors are subject to strict background checks. El Chapo's life in Axe, Florence is one of extreme isolation and strict security measures. The facility is designed to prevent dangerous inmates from escaping and causing harm. While the conditions may seem harsh, they are necessary to ensure the safety of both the inmates and the staff. Despite being one of the most notorious criminals in history, El Chapo now spends his days in a small cell, cut off from the world he once controlled. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. We also encourage you to share this video with your friends and family who may also be interested in learning more about the world of crime. If you have any suggestions for future videos or topics you would like us to cover, please let us know in the comments below. Your feedback is essential to helping us continue to provide high-quality content that is both informative and engaging. Thank you once again for watching Real Life Crime.